What's up, everybody? It's your girl Lance back again with another episode of Markup, where basically I choose random tickers and look at their price action and just kind of discuss what I'm seeing right here for you guys. So, first off, the usual disclaimer: this is not any sort of investment advice. This is not any sort of recommendation for this particular company or any company for that matter. Please consult your financial advisor for, that type of information. But this is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes. I really, really enjoy reading charts as it helps me to get better at reading charts. So I try to spend a lot of time, as much as I possibly can, working on my craft. Uh, but if you're new here, I tend to put out these videos about once a week or so. I may do them a little more often than that, depending on um, interest and requests, of course. If you guys want me to look at a ticker, feel free to leave it in the comments or send me an email at lance@bhcapitalenterprises.com. Find me on social media at the same, BH Capital Enterprises. Twitter and Instagram are at BHCapENTLLC, both of those platforms. And then Facebook is just BH Capital Enterprises. Um, But yeah, so I teach black people financial literacy, mainly, how to navigate the stock market. But one of my main focuses is on teaching people how to read charts. So there are many different ways to read price action, but charts happens to be one of my preferred and favorite ways to do so. One thing to always remember is that, price action is the source of all truth. Those numbers tell you what the markets are thinking. Um, but anyway, with market markups, I, like I said, I choose a random ticker, discuss that ticker, and, just see what happens. Sometimes I make some hypotheses as far as what I think may or may not happen in the future. But yeah, I put it all out, right here on this video or these videos. Um, but yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, BH Capital Enterprises. Also, like this video, dislike this video, whatever. And share it. Share it with a friend. I'm sure there are some people out there that can learn from what I'm discussing here. And of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. But anyway, let's hop right into Estee Lauder. Ticker is EL, and this is one of the giants in the beauty world. So lots and lots and lots of very popular brands fall under the umbrella of Estee Lauder Company. So you got skincare, makeup, etc., etc. Um, Companies like MAC, and many more. I can't remember off top, what some of those other brands are. But yeah, uh, you'll find Estee Lauder in Ulta. You'll find it in Sephora, JCPenney, places like that. So, not to get into, the more fundamental side of it, because I'm not trying to build a case for this company at all. I just, just looking at the price action. So obviously, here on the yearly chart, we have it's in phase two of the market cycle currently. Nice strong move out of consolidation back in 2009. Short period of consolidation here in the uh, middle of about 2015 to 2015 and 2016, and then finally a breakout in 2017. And it's been pretty much running ever since. Um, But yeah, nothing really significant that I'm seeing um, in this, with this company in terms of the price action. Um, Other than, it's showing higher highs on this chart. I didn't even realize that Estee Lauder had almost hit 300. And another disclaimer, I'm actually a shareholder of this company. Got in, below $100. So uh, been performing pretty well for me. So um, anyway, like I said, that's not a recommendation for this stock. I just, had to put that out there, in which I do tend to. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the yearly chart. Obviously bullish right now, slight pullback, but nothing really significant. Monthly chart. Um, Monthly chart is also bullish currently. Um, uh, I'm seeing some things that that could happen from here, but what I'm seeing right offhand is that the price appears to be in a channel, so to speak. So let me change my drawing tools and show you guys what I mean. Actually, let me redraw this here. So yeah, we got a what's called an ascending channel happening right now. Uh, so price kind of settles down in terms of overall volatility as it kind of pushes pushes new highs, but also continues to be range bound. And even within this channel is a smaller channel where you see prices more so trading in the lower range of this larger channel. So we'll just draw. So the most of the price action is concentrated in the lower half of this ascending channel pattern that we're seeing here. So far for the month of March, the price has rejected this pretty much what appears to be like a midline between these two trend lines here. So possibility for the price to, head down toward this lower trend line. I don't think that happens this month. That's a pretty significant drop. I mean, anything can happen really, but I don't see Estee Lauder falling 40 points over the next, week and a half as we get close to the end of this month of March. Um, Earnings is coming up. Uh, looks like May 3rd, before the opening bell. So maybe we get some sort of test of this lower trend line, maybe during the month of April, maybe. Um, Maybe we see a pullback to that the 265s or something like that. I'm not saying that happens. I'm just throwing my thoughts out there right now. Um, but if you've been in the markets for a while, you know that heading into earnings, there's a period of time where the price action, bullish price action, will pick up as we get nearer to that earnings date. I don't think that Estee Lauder has started that yet, and it may or may not happen, but so far I'm not seeing that has necessarily happened. I think we're pretty much right in that area where we're about 45 days or so out from the next earnings date. Um, I believe Estee Lauder might have some or some of its brands or whatever may have some events coming up in the springtime. I'd really have to get with my wife about that because I'm not sure. Might be getting it mixed up with like Sephora or Ulta or something like that. But either way, I believe that Estee Lauder reacts sympathetically in sympathy with those events with those two companies. So monthly chart is looking fairly bullish, but in that bullishness, it is range bound, trading in a channel. So for me, I want to be looking to see if the price kind of starts to taper off in terms of the angle of this bullishness, and kind of consolidate a little bit before deciding what to do next. It has been in this channel for uh, a year, so it's been trading in this channel for a year now. There's no real set time for how long a ticker can be bullish. So phase two of the market cycle going on here. Um, I'm just going to be looking for signs of a slowdown, signs of the price entering into phase three, which would be some more consolidation, especially since the price has been pretty much restricted to this lower half of the channel. So, of course, a disappointing earning, excuse me, a disappointing earnings. Um, I can definitely see the price falling outside of uh, this this range that it's been trading in. So, um, that's just something I would keep an eye on, for the monthly chart. Now let's check out the weekly chart and see what's going on a week to week basis. So, as you can see, the weekly chart is pretty much, obeying that those same levels that I drew on the monthly chart. Um, got something of a little pattern going on here. Matter of fact, I'm going to draw that and see. Interesting. All right, so I'm just going to do a little measuring here to see where Estee Lauder could potentially go in terms of a bullish thesis. So, okay. So Estee Lauder really has room to the 340s to 350s level. That and of course this would depend on earnings. A great earnings, I would say that Estee Lauder could easily get there. But a disappointing earnings, then Estee Lauder most likely will fall below this uh the lower trend line of this channel that I showed you, and that I mentioned on the previous time frame, which was the monthly chart. So, yeah, for me, I'd be watching for, or I am going to be watching for a break above this trend line here for my bullish thesis or entry. And then as far as bearishness, I'd be looking for a break below this trend line. So keep in mind this is the weekly chart, so this may take a little time to develop, but shouldn't be too much longer in my opinion, maybe over the next couple of weeks or so. but we should see something within the next couple of weeks, in my opinion, as far as whether it's going to go down or whether it's going to go up. A downward move, I like I said, I can see it moving down into the low 270s or maybe even mid 260s or so. Um, just kind of waiting, chilling until that volume starts to come in anticipation of earnings. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it for me when it comes to this particular or this specific time frame. Um, Trying to see if I see anything else here. Let me make a different color for this. So I want to be able to distinguish, easily distinguish between the different trend lines that I've drawn here. So, okay, so, okay, so, let's move on to the daily chart. See what I see with the daily chart. Uh, Actually, I might need a little more time with that. Okay, so daily chart, pretty much showing me some of the same, things that I've been saying before. A break below this level, we'll see um, the price potentially move into the 260 to 270 range, which happens to be a gap. I wasn't aware of that before, but could be looking for a gap fill. And they must have, yeah. So nice big beat on earnings, and the price pulled away. So we had a breakaway gap there. And these gaps don't always get filled. So there's no guarantee that the price will move into this area. Just, a possibility. But I'm going to mark it anyway so that I can keep that in mind as I move forward. Just so that I don't forget. Um, just so that I don't forget moving forward. Um, I don't think it'll let me, so I'll just put a note inside of here. So we'll say post earnings gap there, and I'll make this a little bigger. Move this down in here a little bit. Okay. All right. So post earnings gap shows a gap pretty much between the 250s to two two 270s. So a little less than 20-point gap there. So that's the area that I'd be watching to the downside potentially. And then I gave you guys a price prediction, not necessarily a price prediction, but just letting you know that if it breaks out, it has room to 340 to 350 range. Um, Whether that happens before earnings or after earnings, remains to be seen. But so far it is a little bit off of its all-time high. Let me see. Yeah, not quite 5% off of its all-time high. So so far, lately that 280s level's been holding. So the 5% pullback area is around 283.39. So I'm actually going to put a price level there, so that um, I'll remember that, because Estee Lauder is definitely not a company that I keep up with on a regular basis. Like I said, it's a long-term hold, so I just kind of buy and forget. I don't really think about it. Said 283.39, I believe. Yeah. So I like for my price levels to be right on the money. Let's do that. I want to show it on the right. Boom. All right, so 5% pullback. There we go. So, boom. Pictures worth 1,000 words when it comes to charts. Um, I mean, I think I'm just gonna stop here. Um, because I could go on and on and on, and I think it'd get to a point where I'm just kind of over analyzing. But like I said, this is just doing this for fun. It just happens to be something that I really, really enjoy. So now that I've looked at Estee Lauder, I'll probably really be keeping an eye on Estee Lauder, since I see, some potential opportunity here. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'm just gonna glance at this 4-hour chart right quick just to see what's going on. So yeah, 4-hour chart is just showing that it's the consolidation is just getting tighter and tighter as it progresses in this little triangle sort of pattern. Um, but yeah, that's all I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys learned a little something. If you have any questions, like I said, hit me up. If you want to see me analyze or discuss any other tickers, feel free to hit me up. I'm happy to do so. Um, Glad you watched it. I'm grateful. Please share, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think. I'll catch you in the next video.